Hi, my name is Candy. Today I'll be showing you how to make your very own solar oven. We'll be using a pizza box and a Pringles container to do this. You really can use any box that has a lid. Here are the materials that we will need for today's project. We'll begin by making a 1-inch border around our pizza box. You only need to mark 3 sides of it. We will leave the back side so that the flap can open back and fold. Okay, I'm going to show you what I just did. So here are my marks. Now I will take my box cutter. You want to be very careful with this. This is a sharp object and you may need some adult assistance for this. Okay, I have my 3 cutouts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch it out, and you want to fold this. I'm going to create a crease. This is going to be the opening to our box. You can now see it. This is when the box is closed. This we are going to line with aluminum foil. So I'll take my foil, kind of measure it out, and cut. What you want to do is you're going to tape this. Aluminum foil is really easy to just kind of wrap around. You can also use a piece of tape to secure it down and make sure it doesn't fly away. Now what this is going to do is it's going to reflect the rays from the sun into our box, so that the items that are inside get cooked or melted. Next step, we are going to add plastic wrap. So again, I'm going to kind of eyeball it and measure it out. I'm just going to put it over the box so that I know about how much to cut. And this is a pretty large box. So I may need, oh no, it looks like it's just good enough, but you really want to make this secure. You want to make sure that the heat that's inside your box does not escape. So the plastic's going to help keep the air nice and hot. Use some tape to secure it. You can use more tape if you like, if you feel that the air is going to escape. And I'm going to move this side a little. I feel that it's too close to the opening and I want it to come behind the edge of the box, like so. I'm going to show you. So you can see there it's taped to the sides and it's taped on this side too. I'm going to add an extra piece of tape just to make sure that we're not letting that heat escape. Now we will need to put plastic wrap on the inner side as well. We want to make sure that our box is very well covered. Again, our intention is for the heat to stay inside the box and not escape. We will need that heat to cook either some s'mores, you can heat up pizza, you can make toast in here with butter. There are so many possibilities with your pizza oven. It's such a fun project. I've done it a few times with my children. We like to take these camping and put them out by our campsite to make some s'mores when we don't have an oven at home. You can also do it in a classroom when you may not have an oven. Okay, so now I have plastic on both sides of my opening. So I have a plastic on the top of the box and then on the inside of the box. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to line the inside of my box with black construction paper. And the reason I'm doing this is because black, as we know, absorbs heat. And so when the rays reflect onto the aluminum foil, the black will take all that heat and the plastic will keep it all inside nice and hot for us. I'm going to take the paper and fold it along the sides so that the heat is not escaping. I see a little opening from the box there, from the pizza box. So now my sides are also covered. And I'm gonna roll up this newspaper. What I want for my newspaper is so that it helps insulate. The insulation is gonna help keep the heat inside my box. Maybe you wanna add a piece of tape to your newspaper so it doesn't unravel on you. Okay. Now my newspaper is on the four corners right there. And what I like to do is, before closing my box, I'm going to, you can also add a thermometer in here. So you can put your box out in the sun for an hour to preheat it if you would like. I know that many of you may have allergies and might not want to deal with making s'mores or toasting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or butter and toast. So I brought in a non-edible activity that you can work with. And this is very simple. What you do is you take a cookie cutter, and I like to use these little aluminum little plates, but you can also just make an aluminum little type of boat if you don't have these plates at home. And you can just cut a piece of aluminum foil and put it inside. And this is just so that the black paper doesn't get dirty if you're going to be reusing your solar oven. So you can simply make a little holding plate if you wanted to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these. I'm going to put my cookie cutter, and I've already taken some crayons that my kids had around the house that are no longer being used because they're broken. I removed all of the wrapper, and then I will simply throw them in here. And what this does is it will melt the crayon, and it will create this beautiful swirling design of a mesh of colors. If you wanted to do it all one solid color, then you would just use the red crayon or the blue crayon, whatever color you wanted to use. I like it to be colorful, like the rainbow, so I threw in there lots of different colors. And so I will simply set it inside like so. Then I will make sure that my box closes. Okay, so there it is. My box is closed. And now what I want to do is I will use this skewer to prop my foil open like this. So I may punch a hole right in here on the side of the pizza box. You just heard that snappy sound. That's the skewer snapping in. And then this would prop it open. Now what you want to do is you want to set your box in the sun so that the sun shines on the aluminum foil and then reflects onto the crayons, and that will melt it. Moving on to the next activity, it's our Pringle container, and this is always fun because you get to eat the chips inside. They're all gone. My kids and I ate them. But this is a very simple activity, and you don't have to line it because the inside of it is already aluminum lined. So what I like to do is I'm going to make a rectangle. So I'll make it about an inch an inch long. I'm just roughly making a 5 by, let's do 2, 5 by 2 rectangle. I'm just lining it up with my marker. And then again, I'm going to take the box cutter and punch a hole in there, remove the lid. And what you could do if you don't feel safe with this is punch a hole, but then use your scissors to cut along. And this Pringle container, I like it to warm up hot dogs. I'll show you how this is done. Simply cut this rectangle out. You're going to have a very nice opening. Okay. And then this I will use as my stand to stand my Pringle bottle. Like so. Now we want to make sure that we make holes at the ends. So let me take my skewer. You simply poke a hole at the bottom and you poke a hole on the lid. You can use the scissors, you can use the box cutter. I'm just using my skewer itself, and then I'm going to feed it through. So feed it through. Close your lid and match it to the end hole. You could also use a push pin as well to drill some little holes in here. You don't need any heavy machinery. Okay. So there you go. You have a solar oven and you can put your hot dog in here. So I will show you how that looks. For our Pringles to work, you need to make sure that we add that plastic cover. All we will do is simply tape it to the front, like so, and then make sure our air is not coming in or out. I've put my hot dog on the stick, and we're simply going to put it in here, and then you leave it out in the sun and you will have a hot dog ready for your campfire.